everyone, is me, 2-for-1 Cupcake Lover. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video. I have been busy with the new job that I have been hired at. Currently trying to earn money for Otakon. But as you can tell by the title, this video is going to be about my firsts. This was inspired by the YouTuber Uberan, and she talked about her firsts, and she said to change whatever she talked about. She had a long list, which she put in the description, but I did change only one that didn't pertain to me, so let's get started. So, first thing is my first Facebook status. I literally had to go back all the way down in my Facebook to see what my first Facebook status was. She did say first tweet, but I don't really use Twitter, so I decided Facebook status. So my first Facebook status was IDK right now, and that was in December 2009. That is when I first joined Facebook. That, I believe, was my freshman year of high school. I didn't have a Facebook till high school because I didn't know about Facebook until I got into high school, and my friends had Facebook, and I was like, oh, that's a great way to communicate with them. So I joined, and the status, it was during a really bad time, during my freshman year, when I was dealing with a lot of stuff that got me really depressed, and I was dealing with friend drama. It just was a terrible first year of high school. But yeah, that's basically me just describing how bad I was dealing with that little problem. First video. That first video actually no longer exists. My first YouTube video I ever made no longer exists. I actually deleted that long time ago. My first YouTube video I ever did, I did it with my laptop webcam, and that was when I didn't really have a camera or a phone that could record videos and upload them. That was my only means of doing videos, and yes, the quality was very crappy, as well as the audio was very crappy. So it was just me introducing everybody to my channel and basically trying to figure out what to do with this channel, what my channel was going to be about, what I was going to talk about, that sort of thing. I had no idea, because I just started doing YouTube videos. I had no idea where to go from there, and so I just was asking people for opinions on what my videos should be about. Needless to say, that channel went. And so I deleted all my videos that I did there, and I restarted again, and then that got bad, and it just caused so much drama with another YouTuber that I don't know why it got started. It was so dumb. I shouldn't have made that video that I made towards that YouTuber, and I said some things I should not have said. So I deleted all those videos again, and I finally restarted. So that leads to the channel I have now, with all the videos I have now. And that first video I did for the new channel, which I now know what I am doing, and I'm going to talk about on this channel. I was basically introducing my channel, basically talking about how, and on this channel I will be talking about anime, anything anime related, manga related, I guess J-pop, K-pop related, and anime convention related. That was basically it. It was also including vlogging, but I'm just not comfortable with anime convention vlogging yet. I will get there. I will get there. So eventually. But anyways, yeah, that was my first video. First channel I subscribed to. I literally had to go back onto my YouTube channel. I honestly don't quite remember who was the first person I subscribed to, because when I got introduced to YouTube by a friend, this was in middle school, 7th grade, I would just go on YouTube, watch videos. I didn't have an actual account. I didn't actually subscribe to anyone. I didn't know you could do that, because I would have to just go look for YouTube videos and just type it in. I didn't know you could actually subscribe to these people and be able to find those videos easier and keep up with each of their videos. So when that happened and I finally made an account and I started subscribing to people, I believe the first channel I subscribed to was Smosh, because they were the ones I watched their videos the most, and I just loved, their humor, and I found out about them because of their Pokemon theme song video that they did. That was when they were really, really young, and that was the same video that I think the Pokemon company tried to sue them for copyright. I don't know. But also because of their Mortal Kombat song video as well. So yes, I think the first tube channel I subscribed to was Smosh. Alcoholic beverage. I don't know the name of the beverage. I don't know the actual name of the beverage I drank, because my first alcoholic beverage was when I was, I believe, 14 years old, and I was visiting my mom in Texas. She decided to take us to Mexico for the day, and she gave us alcoholic margaritas, which was a really bad idea since we were all underage. It was some type of margarita. I think it was just a plain margarita, or I don't know what it was. I could taste the alcohol. It just tasted disgusting to me. I didn't like the taste of alcohol whatsoever, and so I vowed I would never touch alcohol ever again. That changed. Yeah, that changed. But yes, my first alcoholic beverage was a margarita. First time I was intoxicated. Wow. I am a little bit ashamed to say I did do a lot of underage drinking, but it was when I was 19 or 20. That's when it started. So I was close to 21. It was, I don't know. Either way, how I put it, it's bad. But I think the first time I was intoxicated was actually Otakon 2013. I was in a friend's hotel room. They had mixed alcohol. They had alcohol, and so they decided to mix drinks, give me a whole bunch, and that got me intoxicated. I was literally at the breaking point of being drunk. Full on drunk. So, first time I was intoxicated, I was 20, and it was at Otakon 2013. On Saturday, I believe. No, it was Friday. So, that was the first time I was intoxicated. First job was actually at Giant, the grocery store. It was the summer before my junior year. I was just ending my sophomore year in high school, and I wanted a job, and I was 17, and I was like, I really want to do something. I'm tired of asking my dad for money all the time, and it's summertime. I need something to do, because I'm not going to always be able to hang out with my friends, and I want money so I can spend when I do hang out with my friends. So I don't constantly ask my dad for money. And I'm 17 years old. I'm old enough to get a job. So I decided to get a job at Giant as a bagger. Yes, so that was my first job, and that started in, I want to say, it was actually the month before Otakon that I started in 2011. And that ended in 2012, and now I'm back at Giant, that same Giant again, and look at that, I started the month before Otakon. So, funny how that worked. It was a coincidence. But, yeah, first job. Let's see, time I moved. Ooh, first time I moved. I believe the first time I ever moved was when I was about 9 or almost 10. My parents, it was the day my parents got a divorce. It started with a big fight in the morning of me going, whether I should go to school or not, because they woke me up late. And they got into a fight, led to my mother slapping my father, and my father's basically telling me, my brother and sister, grab whatever you can that is yours, and we're leaving. Got into a cab. We were homeless for a while, but then we ended up living with my grandmother. And so, yeah, the first time I moved was when I was 9 or 10. Yeah. First person to text me today. I believe the first person to text me today, I want to say it's my friend Michael. Who first texted me this morning. Because I think I woke up to his text message. Not sure. Otherwise, nobody really texted me this morning. I texted someone else, letting them know I am on my way to your place. So, yeah. I think that was it. First plane ride was when I was 15 years old. First time going to fly on a plane to Texas to go visit my mother for the summer. Bad experience. Ended up watching Final Destination, the first Final Destination movie, might I add, the night before I had to ride on that plane. So, not a good first time, but after, when I got on the plane finally and we were flying, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I love flying on planes. My brother and sister hate it. The pressure bothers their ears, and my brother gets flight sickness. So, I'm the only one who can handle flying on a plane. I absolutely love it. First convention. Oh. My first anime convention was, I believe it was Otakon. I want to say it's Otakon 2011, Otakon 2012. No, it was Otakon 2011. That is right. Otakon 2011. And it was the best experience I ever had for my first time at an anime convention. Fun time. It was so fun. Best weekend of my life. And it made me want to go back. So that convention is near and dear to my heart. And every time someone talks about how special Otakon is, it brings tears to my eyes. Not kidding. First cosplay. First cosplay was actually for that same convention as well. It was Misty from Pokemon, and it was a very crappy cosplay, might I add. I thought it was crappy. People kept taking pictures of me. I don't know why. It wasn't very good. I didn't have a wig. I actually had my actual hair in a ponytail, and my hair was long at that time, so that was a thing. Uh, yeah, I mean, it was, I didn't do a very good, I don't think I did a very good job on it. I mean, I worked for hours on the shoes, but made the mistake of not breaking them in before the convention because of the paint, because I painted them to look like Misty's actual shoes, and my feet hurt the entire time I was there. I was there for 2 days. So my feet were sore. On top of that, those were the only shoes I brought for that convention. I was stupid and didn't bring any other shoes to wear, and my friends wanted me to go to the rave Friday night. So I had to dance in those shoes. My feet hurt, and I had to wear those exact same shoes home the next day and walk around in them. My feet hated me. So I don't know if I ever will wear that cosplay again. But yes, that was my first cosplay. First best friend. My first best friend was this little boy. Well, he was a year younger than me, so we were little, first grade. My first best friend was this boy named William. We were the best of friends. I mean, we still are. We don't talk as much anymore. We're not as close anymore because he's in college and far away, so we don't really get to talk much anymore. But he was my first best friend and my only best friend when I was little. I didn't have any friends. I was bullied a lot when I was little, so he was my only friend who was nice and cared about me and hung out with me. So, yeah, first best friend. First thing I did this morning. Checked what time it was on my phone. Because I woke up later than I wanted to. And I ended up waking up late. And rushing out the door. So, that's the first thing I did. First concert. I want to say I think I remember it. My first concert as a little kid was actually when I was a toddler, and it was a Barney concert. No lie, there are actually pictures of my dad holding me up in the air, and there are pictures with that of Barney on stage singing. So yes, when I was little, my first concert was a Barney concert. My first concert as a teenager and basically almost adult was a Owl City concert that my friend invited me to for my 16th birthday. I believe it was my 16th birthday. Yes, it was my 16th birthday. She took me to an Owl City concert for my birthday, and it was amazing. It was actually held in the exact same place where I had my high school graduation. So funny how that worked. Yeah, so that was my first concert. That was fun. First broken bone. What was my first broken bone? I want to say it's my wrist, my left wrist. When I was little, I didn't even realize it was broken. I think it was just fractured, not more so broken, but I had to wear a cast. Basically, I didn't see the wet floor sign in the Popeyes. I don't think they didn't have a wet floor sign out. And the floor was wet. And I ended up slipping, and I ended up landing on my arm so I could, brace my back for the fall. And I didn't realize I had fractured my wrist. It didn't hurt or anything. But next thing I know, I'm at the ER, and the next thing I remember is my arm is in a cast. So that was my first fracture. My first broken bone, I believe, was actually my growth plate in my, I want to say, right foot? No, it was on my left foot. Uh, First time on the ice, never went ice skating ever, never had lessons, and my mother forced me on the ice. Crashed into someone else, and next thing I know, I'm sent to the ER, and I find out my growth plate is broken, so I had to wear a cast. So first broken bone was my growth plate. Let's see. First piercing and tattoo. My first piercing was actually, you can see right here, sorry, if you see the little blue earrings here, those were my first piercings. The little ones right here, actually my second piercings. So those were my only first piercings. And tattoos, I don't have any yet. So I don't have any yet. I will probably make a video later on in the future whenever I do get my first tattoo. First kiss. Oh, this is actually it was a interesting story. I actually, to the point where it was such a funny story, my friends actually laughed at it too, so they considered it a comedy. It was actually a pretty funny story. When I was in middle school, and it was with my first boyfriend, who was a year younger than me, and I was nervous as crap. And I think I made a video before about talking about my first kiss. I don't know if it still exists. I mean, if it doesn't, I will make another video talking about that lovely story at some point. But my first kiss was with a boy named Michael, who is my best friend. Now, I don't plan on dating him ever, again. Well, of course, I have a boyfriend now. But, anyways, it was when I was, how old was I? I want to say I was 14, 15 years old that I got my first kiss. And I was nervous, and it was behind a trailer at my middle school. Yeah. So that was my first kiss. First time. Now, when she did the video, I don't know what time she was talking about, what type of time, whether she meant first actual time in my entire life. And so my first time in my entire life was actually when I was born, and it was at 11:46 at night. 11:46, 11:36. Can't remember what. I know it was close to midnight when I was born. So that was my first time. My first, and I don't know if she also meant the other first time of, like, you know. I want to say it was. I want to say it was my freshman year in high school. It was my freshman year in high school. I was, how old was I? I want to say I was 15. I was 15. So, freshman year, high school, 15 years old. I might do a video on that as well, maybe. I don't know. It was awkward and embarrassing, and I don't want to talk about it. I don't know. I'll do a video on it, maybe. Let's see. First thing you do when you get home. That depends on the day. But the first thing I do when I get home is, what do I first? Depending on if I go out on the day or not, because sometimes I stay at home if I have a day off, depending on the day. Before I had a job, I wouldn't go out as much. So But now, first thing I do when I get home is actually text my boyfriend letting him know I got home. I would let him know that I just got home from work. Yay. But if I don't have work and I'm just going out to and then come home, again, I will just text my boyfriend letting him know I just got home. Or if it's, yeah, basically it. First time I dyed my hair. Wow. I want to say I'm going to go ahead and count this because, well, I don't know if I'm going to count this. I got highlights in my hair when I was, I want to say 16, 17 years old. And it was because I wanted to try something different with my hair. And it didn't mean changing the entire color altogether. I felt like my hair was too dark. I didn't like the fact that my hair was a really dark brown. It was too dark. So I wanted to lighten it up. I also wanted to change it a little bit. Instead of like getting a haircut, I actually wanted to dye it. So I talked to my dad about this. I'm like, Dad, I'm old enough. Can I get highlights in my hair? And he was perfectly, at first he was a little skeptical, but then he was fine with it. We went and paid for it and everything. And I got blonde, like very light, small blonde highlights, which it did lighten up my hair a bit, but those are gone now. And my hair is back to its dark brown self. But the first time I actually fully dyed it was, I want to say it was like 16, 17 when I fully dyed my hair. I added like, I got this, it's this crappy hair, dark green hair dye from Hot Topic. It was crappy. It is crappy. I don't ever use it. No, it just sits there in my cabinet and rots away. But I don't use it. It's really oily. It's terrible. It doesn't stay in like it's supposed to. But first time I dyed it, I was like 16, 17. Wanted to change my hair and dye it green. Do something a little crazy with my hair. I dyed it green. And then I had to take that out because I was going to a formal, like a military ball, and that was not okay to have green hair. So I actually literally had to get that taken out and my hair back to normal again. And then when I got into college, I redyed it again, full on green. And then everybody, because one girl pointed out, it was like, we were going around doing something, I don't know what it was, and she's like, the green hair girl. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's talking about me. My hair was full on green. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, that was the first time I dyed my hair. First mobile phone. Oh, I actually still have my first mobile phone. It is right here. It is a big, bulky flip phone. I couldn't even text on this. I could only make phone calls. It was big, it was bulky, and it was a walkie-talkie as well. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what the frick it's called. But I know it's by, when Nextel still existed, it was from the company Nextel until it got bought out by Sprint, and that is my company now. But yes, I could only make phone calls, and this phone was crap because the fact that it was a walkie-talkie, and every time I was in class, I would sit down, and I would accidentally bump the walkie-talkie button, so it would make noise. So yeah, this is my first phone. First computer, our first computer no longer exists anymore, but it was a big box screen, actual box monitor computer, and that was my first computer that we actually used. My first laptop was this small, mini, tiny thing that barely even worked that my mother gave me. It's a crappy laptop. Terrible. I don't even want to consider it a laptop because it was so small and barely even worked as a laptop altogether. It was crap. And then I got a huge, bulky thing that was like old dinosaur laptop that my mother gave me that was used, and I couldn't even work that. So I gave up on the laptop until I have the laptop that I have now, which is not working because viruses. So I don't have a computer or a laptop. The only thing I have is my Kindle and my phone. Yeah. And the last and final first thing, my first time away from home. My first time away from home was, wow. My first time away from home was actually when I was visiting my mother. When I had to do visitation with my mother for the first time. So, yes, that was the first time I was ever away from home. Yeah, that's basically it. So, that is all my first. I'm so sorry this video was really, really long. Oh my god, I have never done a video this long before. I apologize. But yes, that was all my firsts. This isn't really meant to be a tag video, so if you want to, if you want to go ahead and do this, go ahead. I already gave down the list of what my firsts were. You can go ahead and change them if you want to. That pertains to you. But anyways, I'm not tagging anybody, so go ahead. Whoever watches this, go ahead and do a video on your firsts. That's basically it. So, I don't know what my next video will be per se. It hopefully will be my Otakon plans. Maybe not. I don't know, because I don't know exactly what I'm doing for Otakon exactly. It's still in progress. I honestly don't know what else I'm gonna wear to Otakon. That's still in progress as well. It all depends on the 16th. I will probably put that video up about more information about what I'm doing for Otakon on the 16th. Hopefully, depending on what my job says, because that's what I'm gonna ask for at that time off. And then hopefully I will figure things out about Otakon and what the plan is when I talk about it with my boyfriend, because we're doing a lot of things together. So anyways, that is it. So yeah, I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Alright, bye!